I've always liked the CM Punk story, and I've always thought that the story was mistold. It was always kind of a perception that you were getting a big-name guy coming over who's going to suck all the air out of the room just because he's a big-name guy and doesn't deserve it. I'm seeing the same thing happen to Ronda going over to WWE. And there is some truth to it. But in CM Punk's case, he was willing to put it on the line. I mean, he stepped away from wrestling. I know he had his contract dispute with Vince, and maybe it wasn't all his choice. Maybe it was. Maybe we'll never get that whole story. I don't know if it makes any difference. He committed fully and immersed himself to this goal in the sport of MMA. I thought that was a pretty cool and brave thing to do. He went out there way over his head and tried. And when it didn't go his way, he said, I want to try again. He didn't go back to the fake wrestling. He didn't go do any of that stuff. He could have. He said, I want to try that again. Continued to immerse himself, continued to sacrifice, and now he's going to take his shirt off in his hometown and walk out there again. You make your own decision on that, but that is the story. It's not the other way around, that this big star came over and he's leaving with all the money and all the attention and all the, filling up the main card and taking spots and opportunities away from other people. It's not that. He's given an opportunity. There was an opportunity given to Mickey Gall and now to Jackson. I mean, there is an opportunity when you can be across the ring from a guy who's going to bring attention in. So bury Punk all you want. Just make sure that you do it with that information and that you do it correctly. If you want to pick on him for it, you go right ahead. But that's what's happening. I don't think there's any loser in this situation. In my own opinion, I don't have to walk out there. I just don't think there's a loser in this situation. I think the fans get a little something. I think CM Punk is maybe matched up a little bit more appropriately. That was a dark horse. Nobody knew what to do. Everybody was vouching for him, and they were largely vouching for him because he was famous and they wanted, say nice things about a cool guy. I think that built an allure that harmed him in the matchmaking. So now we've seen it. We've got some footage. Got him an opponent they think is appropriate. Doesn't mean they think he's going to win. Doesn't mean he's going to think he's lose. It means they think they got him an appropriate opponent, and then those guys can go figure it out. I don't really know that I have an opinion on who I think is going to win the fight, but I am glad it's happening, and I don't think it screws up any rankings, any divisions. Is it a little spoofy? Is it a little gimmicky? Yeah, it's all of those things. Every now and then, Dana will go do something like that. Every now and then he'll do a James Toney. Every now and then he'll bring a CM Punk. But every now and then, Lesnar was a little bit gimmicky too. It just happened to work and took him all the way to a world championship. So you don't always know. If you've got the right guy and he's willing to put in the work, he can get a mandate from the masses that say we're willing to buy a ticket, and you give him his shot. You got to spread those time periods out, but we're in one right now. I'm all for it.